Hey, what's going on, everybody? JC here today from Fittest Gamers, and today I present to you all the top 10 wrestlers in AEW Fight Forever. Now, to determine who are the top 10 wrestlers, I'm going off of stat skills. Whoever has the highest stat skills will be number 1, then number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is how we're going to determine who are the top 10 wrestlers in this great video game. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road and see who's number 10. Coming in at number 10 is Darby Allen with the 54 stat skill, but this did not come easy as he was in a tie with Sammy Guevara. But what helped Darby make the list is that his action and passive skills were a bit higher than Sammy, thus he's our number 10. He's super exciting to use. His finisher maneuvers, the coffin drop and the float over stunner are an absolute thing of beauty to see. His signature maneuver, the code red too, I absolutely love it. Every time you nailed it, it's absolutely satisfying. Darby Allen is exciting because of his moveset, his agility, the high flying maneuvers he brings to the table. Everything Darby does leads to a great time when playing AEW Fight Forever. The 54 stat skill, I'm excited that he's a number 10 because I get to present him in this video, so that's why he has that 54. Overall, I love Darby. If it wasn't for stat skill, I'll still consider him a top 10 superstar or wrestler in this game. Coming in at number 9, we have Riho with a 55 stat skill. She was tied with other wrestlers, but the difference was obviously the action and the passive skills. Overall, Riho is super exciting to use. Her running basement Meteora is a thing of beauty. The Genosuke clutch is absolutely stunning in this game. I love the way the animations work overall. Her victory roll foot stomp is beautiful, and the diving foot stomp is satisfying. The moveset is second to none. I love using Riho in this game. Super exciting. I'm glad she made the list as well. At number 9, it is soothing. Obviously, we're going off of stat skill to keep this non-biased and keeping it fair. Overall, we have Riho coming in at number 9, and it's well deserving. At the number 8 slot, we have Nick Jackson. Yes, Nick Jackson is a 55, where Matt Jackson is a 53, so there's a slight difference there. Nick Jackson is absolutely amazing, fun to use. I love this character model. The Young Bucks are one of my favorite character models in this game. His finishers, the super kick and the 450 splash, chef's kiss indeed, mwah! And the signature maneuvers, the slingshot destroyer, which is not that easy to get to. It's pretty hard to do. They don't make it too easy, in my opinion. And the sharpshooter too, fitting, as you just saw right there, the slingshot destroyer. Nick Jackson coming in at number 8 was a bit shocking to me. The fact that Young Bucks, any of the Young Bucks were going to be at the top 10s was surprising to me. I thought other superstars would have been a lot higher. Overall, Nick Jackson is at number 8 slot with a 55 stat skill. We're going off of the facts, no fiction, just keeping it real, non-biased. So Nick Jackson at number 8 is as fair as they could come. Coming in at number 7 is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with a 55 stat skill. Now, you may wonder why she has the same as Nick and Riho and she's number 7. Well, that's because her action and passive skills surpasses both of them when it's combined. So Britt Baker comes in at number 7, and that is fitting. I had a feeling Britt Baker was going to be in the top 10 wrestlers of this game, and it does not surprise me at all. Her lockjaw finisher, love it. The strong stomp, beautiful. Her sling blade, could see this over and over again. And the fisherman neck breaker, absolutely beautiful. I love the Britt Baker character model. Super happy to have her at number 7. Super happy to have her on this list for you all. So Britt Baker comes in, Dr. Britt Baker DMD comes in at number 7, and it's perfection if you ask me. It's well deserving. Something funny to take a little jab at with Adam Cole. Britt Baker made the list and Adam Cole did not. Britt Baker overall is a higher overall in this game than Adam Cole, and well, with her track record in AEW, it's only fair. At least that's what I would say. So, yes, Britt Baker, number 7. Coming in at number 6 with a 56 stat skill, the man called Sting. And I could honestly say I am not surprised by this one. I knew Sting was going to be top 10 on the list. Stat skill being the 56 that it is, puts him on here. I like the character model overall. The moveset is but the finishers are spot on. You know, the inverted DDT, the sharpshooter, beautiful. The Stinger Splash to me is smoother than what it's been in past games. So I like seeing this done to perfection. He makes the list, well deserving so in my opinion. Maybe some people may disagree. Maybe some people do not like the character model. But we're not going off of that, as I said earlier, and I've said it many times already. We're going off the stat skill. So nonetheless, it's absolutely fitting. He makes the list. I'm excited he makes the list at the age he's in. It's super impressive. So he makes the top 10 in AEW Fight Forever. Will he hold his spot with the new additions into the game in the future? Maybe, maybe not. We will see. Super excited. I love this one. Coming in at the Mumbo number 5. MJF with a 58 stat skill. We knew he was going to be top 10, just did not know where. I figured it was going to be top 5, honestly. So, yeah, he's number 5. So, I guessed correctly that our AEW champion, I was going to say the AEW champion, but our AEW champion, MJF, comes in at number 5. Love the character model. The moveset is a bit stale, but the finishers and the signatures are spot on. The Heat Seeker, absolutely thing of beauties you're going to see here. The Butterfly Shoulder Breaker, spot on. The Salt of the Earth, I love it. And the Dynamite Diamond Ring Punch is a chef's kiss to perfection when it comes to this character model. There's a fun little Easter egg that you could do the headlock takeover, and it works as a signature maneuver, so I love it too. MJF at number 5 is fitting. I thought it was going to be top 3. Top 5 is fine. I guess top 5, but in all honesty, I thought top 3 given that he's the champion and he's on an absolutely amazing run in AEW. So MJF at number 5. If you disagree, deal with it. Yeah. Coming in at number 4, and I shouldn't be surprised, but I am a little bit, is Pock with a 64 stat skill. There's the huge jump I was talking about, and it's only going to get higher from this. So Pock comes in at number 4 with his finishers that are absolutely spot on. The Black Arrow, the Brutalizer, his signature maneuvers, the sit out, powerbomb, and the diving shooting star. It's super satisfying. Pock is super cool to use because if you thought Darby Allen was cool, imagine a heavyweight Darby Allen version. Agile, quick, could do absolutely everything you want to do in this game, which is why he has that 64 stat skill. Deserving to be on the list, I would say. Yes, I was a bit shocked because it's been a bit quiet. Now people talk about using Pock in this game. When I play online, I never really face him. It's always Kenny Omega, but he is an unsung hero in this game. And given that 64 stat skill, super deserving to be on the list. So he is number 4. He is a top 4 wrestler in this game. And now we're going to move on to the Mumbo Numbo 3. At number 3 with a 70 stat skill, Chris Jericho, Le Champion. Chris Jericho, and this does surprise me. Coming in at a 70 stat skill, he's amongst one of the highest in the game. I would have figured 50 to 60, but the 70, nonetheless, that's what gives him the number 3 tag to be on this list. Chris Jericho's character model is pretty fun to use as well. The finisher maneuvers, from his Lion's Hammer to the running Judas effect to even the diving Judas effect, it's pretty spot on. It's satisfying when you connect with it. The Code Breaker is a thing of beauty, probably one of the best that I've seen. His moonsault, I've seen better in past games, and the Walls of Jericho is pretty smooth. That's what we have here for Chris Jericho at the number 3 slot. 70 stat skill is surprising. It really is. One of the highest. He is tied with the next man on the list, but the next man on the list surpasses him with his action and passive skills. So, without further ado, let's go into our top 2 superstars or wrestlers in AEW Fight Forever. At the number 2 slot with a 70 stat skill, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson is number 2, and this is absolutely fitting. I had an idea. I assumed he was going to be number 2. I always knew that. I knew who number 1 was from the start. I think we all know who number 1 is by now. But with a 70 stat skills, tied with Chris Jericho, just passing him with the action and passive skills, Bryan Danielson makes it on the list. Finisher maneuvers, the flying single leg knee strike, the cattle mutilation, and the lapel lock. Love seeing them. The kick combo is a signature maneuver with a diving headbutt, and a triangle choke diving headbutt is absolutely great to see. I love using Bryan Danielson in this game. He's pretty much a mix of everything. Technician, agility, speed. We have high flying maneuvers, some powerhouse maneuvers as well. Not really a powerhouse, but he is technically sound. Love doing his suplexes. So Bryan Danielson makes it on the list at the simplex, number 2. And then number 1, I think we're all ready for who's number 1. So we could get a little drum roll. You can do your own drum roll there, some claps, a boom, 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 something, you know, because number 1 is up next. Who is number 1? Coming in at number 1, the number 1 wrestler in AEW Fight Forever, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. He comes in at an 80 stat skill, amongst the highest by a long shot. I told you there was a huge discrepancy with the stat skills. That means Kenny Omega is the absolute best. I like it how they didn't give him 100 out of 100, like some other games may do with some superstars. But at an 80 is realistic. He has almost every skill you could want to use in this game. From a high flyer, he could dive outside the ring. He could get some technical moves in. He could do some powerhouse maneuvers. Kenny Omega does absolutely everything in AEW Fight Forever, and I'm excited to have him at number 1. probably one of the most perfect character models in the game. Obviously, this is one of the first that we saw about 3 years ago. This is the first one that we saw. So to finally play as him and have him at number 1, it's absolutely fitting. Went on a great run shortly after they revealed his first character model. So nonetheless, it's super fitting, super well deserving. So there we have it. Kenny Omega number 1. I went through all the top 10 wrestlers in AEW Fight Forever just for you all. And what I'm going to do now towards the end of this video now is I'm going to show you all where I go to determine the stat skills, where you could see who is the higher overalls or whatever. So I'm going to show you all that so you can see how non-biased I was, even though I showed you a pick earlier. Nonetheless, I hope you all enjoyed. And now let's go ahead and let me show you all the stat skills so you can see how I find them. And I'll give you my exciting outro that I always do. So thank you all so much, and let's cue the static and get on to the next one. Alright, so to see the stats goes is very simple. You're going to hit triangle on your controller. You're going to go to the wrestle info. If not triangle, you see a little settings button, whatever button is next to it. You're going to hit that. Go to wrestler info. And here, when you select a wrestler, you're going to go to moves and skills, hit square for skill list. And boom, stat skills is right there. Stat skills overall for me is pretty much what I consider to be the overall for each wrestler in this game. That's what there is. That's what it is. If you want to all see Kenny Omega stat skills, which are absolutely amazing, I'll show you all. He has 80. He has 80, absolutely 80. So you have the little columns here. The higher they are, you know, the max out they could get. He has everything near, except signature strength, I guess. He has everything near perfect. Springboard power, not too high, that's perfectly fine. But everything is near the top. His momentum rate, his finisher slots. Kenny Omega is just like the perfect wrestler according to all of this. And we all know he might be the perfect wrestler in real life as well. So this is how you get the stats go. That's how I was determining this. I was going through every wrestler one by one, going here to see their stats go. I wrote it down, and then I was like, okay, this is the highest, this is this, this is that. And that's how I determined this. So it was not biased. It was all based off of facts. I wanted to show you this now. I would have showed this earlier in the video, but then people would have been like, oh, like, you know, get on with the show. You know, maybe it's not what they want to see. So I saved it to the very end. So without further ado, as I always say, thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate every single one of you. Remember that God is good. God is real. Miracles do happen. I'm a living proof of those miracles. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. Remember, he is roaring and alive like a lion. Remember Hulk Hogan saying, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brothers and sisters. And on top of all of that, remember John Cena's mantra of never give up, and great successes will come your way. I will promise you all that. So thank you all so much for tuning in. JC from FG. If you have any suggestions that you would like to see in the near future pertaining to AEW Fight Forever or even a WWE 2K23 game, please let me know below in the comment section. This top 10 idea was pretty much inspired by Takumo, as he wanted to do something for Call of Duty. He did like a tiers list for COD. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do a top 10 for AEW Fight Forever. It's only right. Game just came out, super fresh, and maybe not everybody knows about the overalls in this game. So that's how I was determining how I was going to do this. And overall, I think it came out pretty great if you ask me. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember to brush your teeth, wash your hands, and clean your ass. Oh, before I go, make sure join our Discord, get active in the Discord. I have a wrestling channel, we have a collectibles channel. I have absolutely everything in that Discord channel. Get in there. Maybe I can make you an admin if that's what you would like to be. And always, I am open for collabs. Fitness Gamers is always open for collab. JC here is always open for collabs. So please don't, feel free to knock, and we'll see what we can knock out together. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Once more, as I always say, please, any ideas you all have, please leave it down below in the comment section. And if it's doable, I will do it. If it's hard, I might not do it. But no, thank you all so much. God is good, God is real, miracles happen. Remember that. Remember to brush your teeth, wash your hands, clean your ass. So, from my part of the world, as I always say, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye, good evening, good night. And that's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in. JC from Fitness Gamers. This is the part where I'm logging out. Cue the static before that. God bless you all. Now, please, cue the static.